Okay, so before I get too crazy about the topographical features and things in this map, I probably need to take time to give consideration to some of the other features that we've removed and split off into different layers and so on. So the roads and the waterways and so forth. So let's take a minute and give consideration to the waterways. So I do have a layer for water. I'm going to make sure it's visible and I'm going to move it up a level so that it's over the land. I can't see the land any longer. So what I'll do is I'm going to adjust the opacity. So let's just slide this down and make it, I'm going to take it way down. And so in essence, what's happened is a couple of things. I think what happens is later on, I merge these into one layer. And that will, because of the transparency and that this layer is slightly lighter, it lightens up what's below it. And then therefore the water features, which are darker, become the lowest point. So I think that's great. That can work for what I'm trying to do. Uh, and I want to do this because, like right now, as things exist, like here's a great example: is I've got this waterway that's going through this valley. Well, this valley area is a little bit higher right now because I was making areas near the mountains higher. So in essence, right around here, that water would be running uphill, which doesn't quite make sense. So what I'm going to do now is, now that I've done that, I'm going to make sure I select the land layer. And I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And what I'll do is select the eraser tool and just make sure that I erase things that are adjacent to that area, at least in certain spots. I'll do that, for example, like here, right? Since most everything is going to this area, the Emerald City is here and whatever, and this is sort of the central largest body of water that most of the rivers are flowing to. It would stand to reason that this is the lowest area. So I'll erase everything within this lake, and then I'll work my way away and kind of erase these different rivers. Maybe let's make that a little bit larger, and just kind of work my way out and allowing it to spill over onto the surrounding land so that you get, in essence, at least a little bit of a river valley. And then I'll just kind of work my way gradually along here. And then as I get towards the tail end of the rivers, I may well not do it or not do it as aggressively. Or maybe I'll start to adjust how dark the eraser is. Maybe I'll lighten that up just a tiny bit as I get towards the ends of these so that these, in essence, become lighter and higher because they're on higher ground. Uh, and then as we get closer to the lake, of course, it becomes lower. So I'm going to work through that, just kind of playing around with it, and we'll see where that gets us before I move on to dealing with what is next.